Time to go 3 up, 3 down with TinCaps Manager Jonathan Mathews. Johnny, thanks so much for doing this. Ready to let it rip?
I'm ready.
Okay, well, first up, who was your favorite player growing up?
George Brett was my favorite player. I live 2.5 hours north of Kansas City. My dad used to work for the Royals, and George Brett, I just loved everything about him. He was my favorite hitter. He kind of had swag before that was a thing, and George Brett was my hero.
No doubt a Hall of Famer. And speaking of Hall of Famers, I've got a suspicion. I know who the answer to this next question could be. Over the course of your minor league baseball coaching career, who's the most talented guy you've ever worked with in the minors?
Yeah. With all due respect to the kids with the Padres that I've had here the last few years, my first year with the Minnesota Twins, our first baseman was a guy by the name of David Ortiz. And he obviously turned in a Hall of Fame career, but you could tell at the time as a 20, 21-year-old kid that he could hit, and that wasn't going to go away. And he was a pretty special talent.
And to deviate from our quick hitters here, going back in time there, could you have forecast, maybe not that he was going to be a Hall of Famer, but that he would be an all-star caliber hitter?
Yeah, I don't know about Hall of Fame. That's tough to predict. You know, there's so many things that go into that. But yeah, as far as like this kid can hit in the big leagues, he was kind of dominating that Florida State League, which is more of a pitcher's league given the weather and it's humid and the ball doesn't carry. And he was hitting homers back then. And so, yeah, you could tell that kid was going to be a big leaguer and a good big league hitter.
And I know he had some help in that lineup with likes of AJ Przinsky, who was a former Fort Wayne Wizard before he was with you there in Fort Myers. And then a guy who would go on to become a TinCaps hitting coach in Jock Vaughn. Well, let's keep it moving here. Let's say managers had walk-up or walk-out songs. What would yours be?
Probably anything by Pearl Jam. It's my favorite band. Black is my favorite song. And for that matter, if Eddie Vedder, he's a big baseball fan. I do know that. So if he happens to catch this, he's got a standing invitation to hang out in the dugout and in Fort Wayne at Parkview Field. If he would join me, that'd be great.
Yeah, we know he's performed shows not far from here at Wrigley Field. So we'll have to add Parkview Field to the next tour list. How about your favorite minor league baseball promotion or entertainment from over the years?
My wife would be upset if I didn't say the Superstars. She absolutely loves them. When she's at the game and I look up in the stand, she is jaw dropped, locked in on Harry Canary and the Superstars. And so I would be in trouble if I didn't say the Superstars are my favorite promotion.
Yeah, and make sure to check out the TinCaps promotional schedule to find out when the Superstars and Bird Zerk and the other entertainers will be at the ballpark here this season. How about what's your favorite ballpark bite or food item?
Hot dog and a beer. I'm pretty traditional. I love the smell of the ballpark when there's hot dogs and beer. I even, in Parkview Field specifically, when I was the hitting coach, we'd be getting guys ready for the game up on the cages, kind of look out over the concourse, and you open the garage doors and the smells of the ballpark. But a hot dog and a beer at a game, I don't know if it gets much better than that.
Classic. Love it. And finally, do you want to have a catch or do you want to play catch?
I'm from Iowa, so I understand the question. And I know Kevin Costner in Field of Dreams said have a catch. But I've always said, do you want to play catch? But I do understand why you would ask me that.
Yeah, thought you might be a Ray Kinsella kind of guy. Well, Johnny, there you go. 3 up, 3 down. Thanks so much, and can't wait for the season to get here.
I'm excited. Thanks, John.